Hey, folks, welcome to the Generational Gap. I am Robert, your resident Gen Xer, and right up there is John, your resident Millennial. John, how are you doing?
Not too bad, Robert. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I see a little Ed action in our chat. He apparently he
Yeah,
attempted to raid us. I'm not sure how that raid would have worked, but um,
it wouldn't have because he doesn't have the balls to rate us.
he's
That's,
waiting for Robert. What are we waiting for? I'm here.
yeah, the stream isn't still. It's still not
Are you kidding?
there.
Everybody says it's on.
No,
Everything shows online.
don't know what
Oh,
to tell you, man.
really?
Yep.
Oh, I know why.
You gotta hit stream, don't you?
Ah, oh, my goodness. Yeah, I know what happened.
Sweet. You gonna fix it?
Oh, one can hope. Oh, well, we're going to find out. So we are actually probably live, but
Oh
um,
shit.
I guess I did not set one specific thing in Restream that I normally do. I bet we're live on D Live.
Maybe. Screw D Live though.
I wonder if it
Nah,
was.
D Live's probably cool.
Well, we're going to see if we get back. Um, I'm going to find out. Keep your eyes on it. See if we come back in.
I am.
Because I think what might have happened there was, you know, because Restream on YouTube, you have to set a certain thing and do a certain thing, and if you forget to
Yeah.
do that one little thing,
Look, Ed's getting cranky.
yeah, well, isn't Ed kind of always cranky to a certain extent, like having an underlying edge of crankiness?
Alright. You're still not up. Come on, man. Come on.
Well, the upside is, I believe we're streaming, so
Well, that's good.
I'm just waiting to find out. You know what? Go to our channel, just our base channel, and see if
What, YouTube?
yeah, mine's slow because I'm
Yeah, that's what
streaming.
I'm on. Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
refreshing.
wait? You're refreshing the link that you put out there. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is probably not going to be the correct link.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. It because of Restream, it looks like it created it as a
There we
new
go.
event.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
is it
Yes, we
showing?
are here. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we've been streaming. So there's something there. I don't know how far.
Awesome.
Is it starting? What are you seeing at the beginning?
No, no, we're good. We're just the camera. Hey, Midget B, what's up? I had to switch chats first now because that other link is now defunct. Defunct link.
Yeah.
Let me get
See,
the new one out there.
Ed said we're on Twitch, so there's that. So
Well,
I bet I have the wrong chat open. Ultimately, maybe, but maybe it'll all come together. I'm not seeing everyone go to Twitch
no, don't go to Twitch.
because I'm not seeing Midget B.
Yeah, because I have the new chat from the new link. Duh. All right, no, we're good now.
Yeah, so
So yeah, after all that bullshit, because Robert's a boomer. Apparently, you can't take a week off without fucking everything off.
is that what it is?
Apparently.
Again, it's one simple thing in stupid restream that'll mess everything up. Apparently,
Yeah.
well, not everything. It just messed up. It messes up YouTube. I think it's a fatal flaw in that.
All right, Ed. Ed is here. Major B is here. All right. So,
So my
gonna sh-
restream though is going to be the thing. So the chat in the show is not going to be there.
that'll be fine.
That I can get rid of though. We don't have to have that, do we?
I
I mean,
don't know.
who needs chat in this day and age? Boom. See, it's just gone.
Oh shit. All right. So, yes, after all that bullshit, we are now live and we are ready to do a show and such. Finally, god damn it.
Nice intro, John. Nice intro.
Yeah.
No, but it should all be there. Hopefully, one can hope
Yeah,
because it
hopefully
looks
we're
like
good.
it's all there.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. So
So,
you know,
what topics do we have for tonight there, Robert?
I don't know. I was waiting on you to tell me.
Oh shit, chat. What
No.
do you guys want to talk about?
I was going to first address any announcements that we might have coming up. Anything.
We do not. I will say that I'm actively trying to get Sinatra from Sinatra Says to be a guest on the show. So go and harass him on Twitter and anywhere else, really. So he'll be on the show. That'd be sweet. But yeah, hopefully that'll happen.
Now, who is that in particular? I mean, give me a little 411 on what they do.
I mean, he does like videos about SJW stuff mostly. A lot of AOC videos and a lot of what's his name? Looking guy. Adam ruins everything. Adam Comeover, as he calls him. It's pretty awesome. He's a good guy. He's fun. He's funny. Um, but yes, apparently Ed's World 24-hour stream is going to be on April 30th.
Yeah,
You should do
that's
that. You should do that 10 days before. It'd be way funner
um,
on 420.
that's not the only one. We should
Yes.
make sure we plug. What's that one
Yeah, I'll
guy's
do that.
name?
I'll do that. Yeah, Steven Ignoramus is doing a 24-hour show starting at 4:30 in the morning. This tonight slash tomorrow morning, early. So that'll be awesome. We'll do it from 4:30 to 4:30. That's 4:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. 24-hour show. I know I'm showing up at some point in the evening tomorrow, and I believe Robert's gonna be there if he can.
Oh,
Maybe Ed's gonna be there. And a bunch of us are probably gonna be there for a while, so that'll be pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
have I met Steven?
No, he goes to a different school.
Gotcha, gotcha. Um, yeah, I mean, if you're there, I'll show up. I don't want to show up alone to a party. I
It's
hate
just whether or
that.
not you're invited.
Well, there's that. I mean, do I ever really need an invitation to just show up? I mean,
Yeah, dude, midget. He says 24 hours is fucking intense. Yeah, it's like sex while camping. It's fucking intense. But
wow, that was just
yeah,
yeah, no, come on, don't do that, John. Come on, you're better than that. You are better than
don't.
that.
I'm not better than anything, motherfucker.
So I
So
shouldn't
anyway,
assume that you're better than
right.
that.
I'm not better than anything. But yeah, these guys apparently both Stephen and Ed, kind of feeling full of themselves and feeling their oats as it is, and they want to just skip ahead to 24-hour streams instead of just starting with 12. But we'll see if they can do it. What I'm looking forward to, hopefully, is seeing some like sleeping stream where they just kind of fall asleep in the middle of it.
Yeah, I was just going to say. I mean, it's and I will, the advantage, I guess, for us is that we have one another,
Yeah,
right? So we have that to play off of. We have something to focus on. Whereas, Stephen will have it for a while because Stephen, I'm sure, could probably sit and play music. He's, it's that kind of I could play this music all day long, man. So
yeah.
he's got
I
that to
guess we're
fall
gonna
back.
find out. We're gonna find out if he can or not.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what Ed has to fall back on. Yeah, doing it alone is gonna make it challenging for them, I think, because
Yeah,
it is an endurance trial just to do 12
it
hours.
is. It's exhausting.
And I
Like you
thought
don't
that was
realize how
just because I
exhausting
was
it is.
old, right?
No, You have no. I know it's like it looks like on the chat's point of view, it's just us sitting here talking and stuff. But it's like it's very mentally draining.
Now,
It really is.
now let me ask you this: from that perspective, do you think that it is more draining for the two of us because we are? It is necessary for us to play off of one another and a little more. I don't want this to sound the wrong way, but a little more showmanship. Not that we really have showmanship, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
you have to
yeah.
put more effort into a dialogue and to, try and be funny or try and
Right.
keep the
Try and be
conversation.
entertaining at least a little
Yes,
bit.
right,
More than usual, I guess.
right. Is that maybe more challenge? Is that more effort for us versus what it would be for them being alone? Like,
I don't
Steven
know.
does Steven have the benefit of just being in like something so comfortable as playing his music that he's going to flow
Well,
through that 24 hours?
I mean, he's not going to do that for 24 hours just playing music, but I mean, he can always fall back on that. So, I mean, maybe it'll be easier for him than it is for us, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I think just having someone there to talk with and bounce stuff off of, you know what I mean? I think it's easier to stay awake. It's easier to kind of stay in that moment as
Yeah.
opposed to just kind of talking to a camera and looking at the chat once in a while.
I'm really hoping that
So,
I'm really hoping. I know. Well, I'm not going to say. I guess I don't want to say anything because I don't know if the information's out there. So I'll leave it to Ed to talk about that at some point whenever he wants. But yeah, the idea of having a co-host.
mm,
That was that. To be honest with you, that was the primary reason why I was willing to do our show
hmm
because I don't want to have to sit there and you know rely on myself to keep the audience entertained. If I were to do that, which you know I would be more willing to do now that I've done this for a while,
same, yeah,
but it would be much shorter intervals. Right, it would be the pocket stuff. It would be the 15 minute, the 20 minute
yeah,
run through. Say a few things, talk about this, that, or the other. Um,
yeah,
I couldn't
yeah. I
do
couldn't imagine doing like 12 hours on my own or doing even
no.
like 2 hours. I could probably do an hour maybe,
Right. Well,
but
like Ed
yeah,
says, he's going to have guests for the majority of the day, which
yeah,
is good. That's going to make things a lot better. Is if so yeah, be real circumspect about scheduling your guests, and double
hmm
book people if you can. Eat up as much of that time as possible with someone to go back and forth with. Because you could do replays from the headboard cam all day long, but
not on
this is
YouTube
going
or
to get
Twitch. So
well, with the appropriate blackouts, it would be fine.
yeah,
If it's censored would be fine. But now, worst case scenario, now Ed, of course, I bet you he could sit there and be like, well, to hell with this. Let me show you how to rebuild a carburetor. And he
or
could
he
go,
could do. He would probably be more likely to do a gaming stream for a while for
well,
a few
there's
hours.
that. But I mean,
Yeah,
we're talking 24 hours though, so
yeah.
it's but he's got, he could show people how to rebuild a carburetor. That would be,
Hell yeah.
that would be interesting. I always love watching somebody else do something like that because I know I'll never have to fucking do it myself because it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's just not because they don't make those things right. When IKEA is making carburetors, then I'll be able to put one together.
Yep. See right there. Ed said you'll probably be doing games from midnight to 8 a.m.
Cheater!
That's 8 hours, man. That's a good chunk of that time.
Look at that cheater! Look at him cheating. You see it, don't you, John?
Oh,
You
that's
see
more
it.
than 8 hours. Hang on. Yeah, that's way more. Never mind. That's what. I don't know. I can't do math right now. I'm tired. It's
Yeah. So, John,
16
tell.
hours. Sorry, 16 hours, right?
I do need to apologize. Speaking of tired, it wasn't because I was tired, but yes, we missed our show on Friday, and it was completely my fault. Um,
Everyone boo this man.
I
Boo.
am going to say in my defense,
Boo.
and certain people in our viewing audience will be able to, will
Boo.
understand where I'm coming from. It was my wife's birthday, and
Boo.
we had planned a date for that night, so
Boo.
that was more important than the show at
I
that
don't. I
point.
disagree.
We had planned on doing this well before I knew that it was going to fall on the day of the show. So
Boo.
see, there's Seawall.
No.
Seawall coming in. Seawall,
Seawall.
well, he may not have my back. Midget could probably have my back on this one. He would understand.
Yes,
Uh,
I do, Ed. Boo this man. Boo him.
oh, John. Speaking of boo, yeah.
Boo.
Grumbling GM noises. Here he comes. He's yeah. I've been absent from that chat room for a little bit too.
What happened on 12/23? Was that the day that I missed Edge stream? I think that was the day. He's got the date down and everything. He's not gonna let me forget that,
I
is he?
think it was 12. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's Ed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that
know.
was a week ago. Yeah.
See, Ed's on you. Seawall's on me. I know why Seawall's on me because I completely missed our last Wednesday that we were supposed to be in there. Now I'm not speaking to Christmas Day because I wasn't expecting anybody was going to be in there on Christmas Day. I'm talking
No.
about the Wednesday before that, and it was thoroughly my fault. And I've been absent from all of that, but I've had a lot going on in my
Yeah.
mind. In my mind, I've had a lot going on.
Sure.
I have a grandchild, and she takes up a lot of my time. Running around the house.
Midget B says, "Damn, you're lazy ass, John."
Oh, Seawall's on
That's
both of you.
bullshit.
Has John? Have you been slacking too?
Well, I mean, I made it up to him. Big sloppy
Obviously not.
blowjob a couple hours ago.
Who? Seawall?
Yeah.
You did not. That's gross.
Yeah, it was pretty nasty. But what are you gonna do, you know?
So we're both on people's,
Shit
shit
list.
list. However,
Yeah.
the upside is it brings viewers to the show to bitch at
Of the
us.
others.
Welcome to your safe place to vent.
That's right. Oh,
So many
man.
meteors.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man.
um, yeah.
But I'm not sure what midget means by "damn, you're lazy ass, Sean," because that could refer to like any number of things.
Well,
So I'm not sure what the deal is with that.
I can understand yours to a certain extent, John. Because you've got this erratic work schedule going on right now during the
Oh, it's
holidays.
fucking me up so
Um,
hard.
but on the other hand, it was, I mean,
Yeah, in fact, let me tell you guys this.
you made Ed cry.
You guys are all giving me shit right now. Hang on, because they're all giving me shit right now. I shouldn't even be doing this show right now. I should be sleeping right now because I have to be up at 3:30 in the morning. So I'm losing sleep to be here with you guys, all of you, but not you, but some of you. I'm here for you. So therefore, you should be all down on bended knee, begging my forgiveness and thanking me for being here. God damn it.
Wait, are we? Wait. Oh yeah, I need to. That's a we're doing that on Ed's channel. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we're gonna be streaming Pathfinder. Um, yeah, on Wednesdays, Ed is gonna be streaming it, but I think we should multi-stream. I think we should stream it on ours as well. What do you guys think out there in the chat? If we were to stream Pathfinder, would you guys watch? I guess only Midget B would be the only one that could answer. Because both Ed and Seawall are going to be in the game. But yeah, we're thinking about doing that. Should be a lot of fun. Get some role playing in, and you know, I think it'll
Yeah,
be good.
yeah. I've been kicking myself for not buckling down and reading the books more and getting a firmer grasp of it.
All right, Midget B says it sounds gay, so perfect. We should do it.
See, well, I would be in the chat.
Probably.
But yeah, so but I mean, the holidays, man, they fuck things up.
Yeah.
They make life difficult. I don't care what anybody says. They make life difficult. And a lot of it, to be honest with you, I think a lot of it for many people is that they just wind up. There's other things that are just more important at the time, spending time with this person or doing that, or
Yeah.
something, something holiday-ish, and and blah blah blah, taking advantage of time off and this and that, and it's
Time off. That's
it's
cute.
uh,
I wish I knew what that was like. I mean, that's not true. I get Wednesday off, so whatever. But
yeah, but when I have to say this, I do have some downer news that I read, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about this on Friday and have some more, a little bit deeper skinny on the different things that went into place or didn't go into place, as it were. But apparently, some legislation, some what would apparently be minor legislation, kind of slipped by under the radar while we weren't looking, or denial of legislation. So, with the marijuana laws, they were talking about legislation that was going to make it okay for marijuana illegal states to transact money through federal banks or like
yeah,
federally backed banks. Well, apparently that's kind of that got squashed. But another interesting thing that happened, a piece of legislation that was passed within Washington D.C., and this is the one part that I want to look deeper into, was that they made it illegal to legalize marijuana in Washington D.C. So if it is declassified, if it goes legal federally, they made it against the law. They can't make it legal in Washington D.C.
isn't it decriminalized there already?
It is not. It's not decriminalized. Medical is legal. Medical is
Um,
you can get medical marijuana there, and they may have lowered the criminalization. I don't know that it's decriminalized there, but they said that it can't be. Now, like I said, I'm going to go deeper into this, but it was kind of weird to me the way it was that they cannot legalize it for recreational, basically, in Washington D.C.
Legalize it. Um, Medical has been legal in DC for 20 years. Uh, in 2014, voters in DC legalized recreational marijuana for adults 21 and older by passing Initiative 71. What? It says it's legalized recreationally.
Nuh-uh. That
Has decriminalized possession of up to 2 ounces of marijuana.
Okay, then yeah. So then I got to look more into this and see
Interesting.
exactly
Yeah.
what that article was talking about because I didn't. Stephen Ignoramus would be so handy to have around right now.
Well,
Um,
that's where I got the idea from because I think it was the first time we had him on the show. Before we went live, we asked him about, or I asked him about that. He was saying like you could give it as a gift, but you couldn't exchange money for it legally, which is just fucking retarded. It's like, yeah, he gave me a gift of this weed, and I gave him a gift of my money. But
right.
we're not related, of course. I just gave gifts. We exchanged gifts. That's all.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid shit.
But
Get over it. Legalize that shit. So that way, stoners have nothing to talk about anymore. Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that and see exactly what they were talking about. Because either it was either that or it was something. Unless it's saying that they're trying to s- make it illegal for the not illegal, but stop them from being able to legalize it at the federal level. If maybe that's what it was trying to say, it did.
might be.
Okay, so here's what I think I've pulled it up. Let me because the article, like, this is another one that I'm pulling up. It's kind of specific to DC. So yeah, I guess maybe they're walking a very fine line between decriminalization and recreational legalization, because this was from December of this year. there's a 1.3 trillion dollar must-pass federal spending bill that was unveiled. Continue to prohibit DC from passing any bill legalizing or regulating marijuana sales, which the mayor and members of the DC Council said they would like to do. The prohibition, first put in place in 2015, will last at least through September of 2020. So they can't fully legalize or regulate marijuana sales in Washington, D.C. at present time. So my guess is that it, is decriminalized enough for use. I know that medical was available there.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
apparently been there for 20 years, which is pretty awesome.
so I want to see. I'm also gonna follow up and see where we stand on the legislation that was, supposed to be put before the House, or moving through the House slash Senate, for the full removal of it from a Schedule One narcotic. Um,
Hmm.
I think this is an important one. This is a big one that not enough people are addressing, taken seriously, especially when we have so many people that are on board with it across the country. Um, it's due to become a hot issue again if it's not legalized at the federal level in the next cycle. I can only imagine the next cycle is going to set it off. Yeah, Ed says they're doing it the same way they prohibited alcohol. Yeah, it's talking about the
Hmm.
sales of it. Um, so, but
Well, yeah,
that
because they did the same thing. They had medicinal whiskey, so it was basically like everyone was drinking anyway, right? Possession was never illegal in alcohol during Prohibition. Really? Like, it was just sales. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Because
um,
I was trying to think of how people got away with going to like speakeasies and stuff. Because like after you're done, you're leaving there and you're going around stumbling around. Well, no one's supposed to be drunk, right? You got
right.
beer or liquor on your
Well,
breath. It's a
right,
lot harder to actually to hide whether or
right.
not you've been drinking than it is whether or not you've been smoking weed.
But that was why the raid.
Right.
But that's why the raids were always at the location where they were selling. And then
Yeah.
the other things were, of course, they were going after people that were making their own alcohol,
Yeah,
because
bootleggers and
they
whatnot.
could go, they would go after bootleggers, but they could go after anybody that was producing alcohol because they could go under the premise, the assumption,
Yeah.
probable cause that you are distributing or selling that alcohol that you're making. You should, because I don't think you were able to. It wasn't. I don't know that it was legal at the time to make it yourself either.
Mhm.
Um, you know, and you couldn't sell it. But yeah, having it was fine. It's like, okay, so
Yeah. Well, it's
you know,
kind of like it is now with any kind of drug. I mean, you can be on acid and walk down the street, and that's not illegal at all. As long as you don't have anything on you, it's in your body, not on your person.
right? But
It's an
isn't that the
important legal distinction.
isn't that the dumbest fucking thing? It's like, you can't buy it or sell it or buy it, and you can't make it, but
Right.
you're
But you
fine
can.
to drink it.
Yep.
So where is it
It's
going to
like
come from?
you obviously broke the law earlier, but
Right.
we
Uh,
but we don't know how. But yeah,
right.
I mean, so
Uh,
stupid. Yeah.
it goes back to when I was a kid and my grandfather took us bowling. And we were sitting there watching him bowling, but we weren't bowling because we were too young. And we asked him, we were like, "We want to bowl, we want to bowl." And he finally got tired of it. He said, "No." He said, "When you learn how to bowl, then you can bowl."
Right.
Wait,
But you can't learn how to bowl without bowling. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And even as a dumb fucking kid, I was like, "That
Like.
thoroughly makes no sense, sir." And didn't say it, but I'm just like, you no, it can't work that way. It can't work that way.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: it'll sure as hell make you watch bowling on TV if you get a
Oh,
chance.
why? It's so boring.
Because
Why
you got
would
to
you
learn
watch
how to bowl somewhere.
it? I guess, yeah.
Because you're not going to the bowling alley all the time, right? Um,
Some people do, man.
well,
That's
not
just
yeah, but not when you're the kid, right? That's
yeah.
that's just a rare occasion. We were going to demolition derbies a lot. That was fun. We weren't.
See, that would be awesome. I've never been to one of those. That would be so.
Oh, My grandfather used to work with this guy, and his name was C.E. Mooney, and he was
That sounds like a demolition derby guy. Yeah.
right, and he was kind of crazy. I mean, he had the look of crazy, like think Tommy Chong, but indiscriminate race. Like a light, he had kind of an olive colored skin, like slightly dark skin, but you couldn't tell if it was because he was out in the sun all the time, or if he may have had some Indian heritage.
Might have been just a Mediterranean.
And I mean Native American heritage is what I'm saying because it
Yeah,
was in
yeah, yeah.
Oklahoma. But anyway,
Right.
yeah, yeah, it could have been
Uh,
anything. Uh, but
yeah.
uh, but dark hair and just looked crazy and wild. But yeah, we go out there and watch him. He would tear it up, man. Man, if you've never seen cars being destroyed like wholesale slamming it, oh, it's beautiful stuff to watch. Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun,
Um.
and you can do that here in the local area. By the way,
No shit.
yeah,
Let's go to one sometime.
it's within it's probably a good within a 45-minute drive once from
Badass.
your place maybe.
Let's do it. Um. Yeah. And there's that. And you ever been to a rodeo before? Do they even do those anymore?
A rodeo? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, grew up going to rodeos as well.
I went. I went once. My uncle brought me. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, those are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
When you're a kid watching that, that's whew, yeah.
I was young too. I might have been like 6 or 7, something like that. I was real young. Uh, but yeah, I was worried about the animals too, because they were
Uh,
doing like the calves or something like whatever would run, and they got they would lasso them and hog tie them and shit. And I was like, oh, poor animals.
Midget, no, they did not. They did not do school bus races. It was a what am I open? Call it an open mic, as it were. It was an open mic demolition derby. It was just like come as you are and free for all. Last man standing takes the prize. You'd see all people come from all over the place doing that. But no, it wasn't like your traditional monster truck kind of stuff and all the racing. There
Mm.
would be some stock car racing that went on and a little bit of drag, but not much because they didn't have a fancy drag strip there.
Not enough
Uh,
makeup, yeah.
Ed says he used to ride rodeo. I'm curious to
He
see.
used to do a lot of things.
He
I think
was a
he's one of those
he
guys who
all
says,
county.
"Oh yeah, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing that for 30 years." I think he's that kind of guy, right? Right, Ed? No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh,
Um,
Midget says there's school bus races out in Christmas, and I think out there at Christmas, the same racetrack near Christmas that he's
oh
talking about,
yeah,
they do demolition derbies as well. I think that's where I've seen signs for it.
yeah, dude. We can go out there after Christmas, see some school bus races and get some meth. That sounds awesome.
Um,
Because that's what you get meth, right?
no, you got to go Bithlo, which
You
is
go, yeah, yeah, either
next door to
right,
Christmas.
either one.
No, we shouldn't be calling places out like that. That's just totally.
Yeah,
Wait, that's not even racist. Good, we can do whatever we want.
yep.
But now, if you do want to go catch a rodeo, what you got to do is you just got to watch every once in a while pull up the schedule for the fairgrounds, and there's one here, and there's also one out towards further out towards Lakeland. But if you watch those two, you'll catch rodeos, once or twice throughout the year. That come through town. They've got a lot of area out there to put on some pretty good rodeos. Um, I'm not as
Yeah.
big a fan of them as I used to be because at some point I felt really bad for the calves because that was a big one.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
The calf
when I was a
roping.
kid, I was just like, "Oh, those poor things." Like they're screaming and shit, freaking out. It's like, oh, but the bull riding was fucking cool. I liked that one a lot. Bull
Midget, I think I need to clarify something for Midget. Midget, the cow poking never went on at the rodeo.
riding.
That was
That was at
always
home.
that was back on the dairy farm. But yeah, I always felt bad for the calf because he just gets slammed down on the ground, and it's like,
Yeah,
and because honestly, when they're out there doing branding the cows and stuff, it's not quite all that pow swamp pow swamp that you see in the rodeo. It's not quite like that.
yeah,
It's akin to it, but usually the cows are a lot more docile than they
yeah.
are.
They're putting on a show,
Yeah.
putting on a show.
At
And
this,
speaking of putting on a show,
uh-huh.
I'm gonna put you on the spot for commitment, Robert. You
No.
ready?
No, don't do it.
Yeah. When are we doing an open mic night?
Oh, don't even begin to ask me that yet. Um,
Come on, man.
you know just as well as I do. I have a very specific reason. I, I'm, I'm looking at the,
Yeah, don't worry. It
doing
won't
so.
be anywhere near school, so don't worry. You'll be able to go there.
I
It's
have to have the first month of the year, the first month or first couple of months to get something very specific taken care of before I start venturing off into doing something like that.
all right. We can at least go and watch. We should at least go and watch some.
Sure. Yeah, I'm always down for that. I mean,
Well, I mean that way we can kind of
it gets you amped up.
get an idea.
It gets you an idea.
Actually, Midget B is asking an awesome question. Can we stream from the Hoyland games? Yes. Next month, the 17th and 18th. I think we're going on the 18th, but I'm trying to go both days. I just got to find someone to go with. Um, they're doing the Scottish Highland Games here in Florida, and Midget B and I go every year. And we brought Cameron last year, and he's super hyped to go again. Um, so we're gonna be going for sure. Whether or not we can stream, I'm gonna have to test that, see how well it works on my phone, especially just using data. Which I mean, I have a really good plan. Um, with data. Yes, Ed, there will be whiskey. There's actually a whiskey tasting thing that goes on. You can also go around to the different clan tents, and they'll just give you scotch. It's pretty sweet.
um,
But they'll just give you a shot. It's great. You just walk up to them, and they tell you about the family or whatever, and then you just shots. Uh,
it's
oh,
just
they actually Jacksonville in February too. Man, that's kind of awesome. But yeah,
those are just an
yeah.
excuse for a bunch of men to get together and wear skirts.
Hey man, yeah, you go ahead and call. You know why they call it a kilt, by the way, Robert?
Yes, I've heard this. Go ahead.
What is it?
I know. I can't. I don't know the exact phrasing. Please go ahead and deliver the punchline, John.
Because the last person to call it a skirt got killed.
Yeah, there it
Yeah,
is. So it is because of that opinion that I don't go to those
yeah,
things
we totally
because
should.
I would never want to make the mistake of saying that while I'm there. But
Yeah.
and please don't go there with this video and pull it up and by the way, my
By the way,
co-host,
here's his address.
right?
Yeah. But yeah, so I will see about streaming. So probably expect a test stream here soon, in the next couple weeks, because that would be kind of awesome to stream live from there. You guys will be able to see a very drunk John drinking very expensive, overly priced beer.
I do,
Yeah,
I do
it's pretty
believe,
expensive.
and I might be able to help you set this up because I'm assuming you're going to ask me to help you set it up. Um, I do believe that OBS has a streaming app that'll let you
Mm.
broadcast to your YouTube channel through your mobile.
I'll have to look at that. But I would love to stream from there because there's all kinds of cool events. We could do like an interview with some people. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, Midget P says from an overpriced pitcher. Yeah, for real, it's like $30 a pitcher. It's fucking ridiculous. And we usually get like 3 or 4 of them while we're there. It's pretty crazy, but it's a great time.
See, and that's that is of course honestly that is primarily the main reason why I don't go to those things, those kind of things. You don't see me
Well,
at stuff
you don't
like Oktoberfest. You don't see me
you
at
don't
stuff.
have to drink. There's plenty of
Okay,
kids there. You know?
so you have to. Well, yeah, the kids aren't drinking. I would hope. No,
I don't know.
it's. I don't love being around that many drunk people. Like, there's going to be a lot of drunk people there, and I don't like
Yeah.
being in that environment. I'm not a fan of the drunk. I'm not. I don't like me when I drink, and I typically don't like most people when they drink because we all become idiots when we drink. I don't care who you are, even functional alcoholics. They're alcoholics. I mean, they're still idiots when they're drunk. Um, but no, it's a weird thing for me. But I grew up with an alcoholic, so
Yeah.
it's like I don't tolerate them very well.
I mean, I did too. I just called them mom and dad. But yeah, I mean, they were never, obnoxious with. Well, I mean, except for the list got really drunk, then they were just fun,
Yeah,
obnoxious.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. It was a whole different brand of fun for me. Um,
Yeah, yeah. That's different when you can't. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So it does color my perspective of drunk people.
Sure.
It is what it is. Now that's not to say that more power to people that go and have fun and can. I mean I envy people that can just drink like they do and still manage to do things. Don't drive. Nobody's
Yeah, of
good to
course.
drive.
Yeah,
Nobody's good to drive, right?
yeah,
But can do things, have fun, remember it. Drink
yeah.
throughout the night, the whole 9 yards, and manage to get through the whole thing and not make a complete ass of themselves. I am envious of people like that.
Yeah. I'm
But
pretty good at that for the most part.
but you get me 3 to 4 drinks in, and I'm going to get rid of those drinks very soon. It's just, and then I'm going to be like, I just need a cold tile floor to pass out on. That's all I need. Cold tile floor.
Oh man. Oh yeah, Midget said John's been accustoming himself to whiskey neat. It's true. I've been drinking Slane Irish whiskey. It's very delicious. Um, Found it in New Orleans, and yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's
Yeah.
just really hard to find because it's not one that you find at most liquor stores. So
See,
that's why I don't have it like often.
see, that's how I would be with. That's how I am with wine. That's why I don't buy much wine because with wine I would drink more than I should,
Mm,
and that I'm comfortable with. But I can throw
yeah,
back. I can throw back a bottle of wine without even realizing because I just love it so much, and I'll just drink, drink, drink what I've got. As long as it's a good wine, but I typically don't buy shit that I'm not going to like. That
right.
would just be stupid, right? I love it when people go with me and they're like, "Oh, here, have you tried this?" And I'm like, "No, let's do that." No, no, no. I'm gonna buy a bottle of this because as soon as we open that and I realize that I don't like it, I'm gonna want something that I do like. So
Right.
there's how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the issue I have. Like if it's around, I'll give it a shot, but I'm not gonna buy something new
Mm-mm.
and commit to the whole bottle or something like that.
Right.
Because if I take that one sip and I'm just like, oh,
But
you know,
that's you can call that a boomer. The boomer in me, if you
yeah.
want, is
Well, no, that and that
I've
actually happened to me over Christmas. My dad had a bottle of I forget what it was called, but it was an Irish whiskey from Connemara in Ireland. Like it was imported, and I think it was like 10 or no, it was like 12 years old, 12 or 14, something like that. Um, but it was peated, which is a word that I learned recently. I learned that day actually, which means that it had like an earthy kind of taste. But yeah, and that was accurate. It tasted like dirt. I was like, that's
right,
fucking nasty. Like
right.
that's just disgusting. Yeah, and he
Well,
was drinking it like it was nothing, and I'm just like, you
well,
know,
it's one of those things where it's, at this point I have very specific things that I drink. I mean, it's like if I'm going to
yeah,
drink alcohol, it's me, it's going to be Absolute. That's typically what it's going to be. That's my go-to. That's what I know how to. I know my momentum. I know how to work it. And beer is the same way. I'm old school.
yeah,
Back in the day, we didn't have this plethora of IPAs and assorted, flavored vodkas and all these different alcohols, designer
yeah,
alcohols. So it was like my beer was Bud Light. I don't love the taste of beer, but Bud Light was one I made myself
well,
comfortable
yeah,
with and got used to drinking because it's not a harsh beer, that kind of thing.
right. It's 95% water. That's why.
So right, so if I'm going to sit around and drink beer with someone because I don't love beer, right?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my grandmother used to drink this shit called Brown Derby. My old man, if he drank beer, it was like Pabst Blue Ribbon. So there weren't any, it wasn't like I was being exposed to quality beers. So Bud Light was like, okay, that was,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, and then wine is the same way. It's got to be either a really dry Cabernet or Merlot or something equally as dark right there in that vein. Outside of that,
Yeah.
keep that shit. There's only one white wine that I like, one specific brand. That's it. Fuck you guys. Take the rest and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, see, beer is that one thing I'm not a snob about. Like, if you give me a beer, I'll drink it. I don't care what it is. Could be anything from, like, even Steel Reserve. I'll drink a fucking Steel Reserve. I'll drink a PBR. I'll drink, whatever it is. Ice House, whatever it is, I'll drink it. Not a big deal.
Now, Seawall and I have similar tastes in wine. I've determined this from other conversations that we've had about it. But I
Yeah.
will say this, Seawall. If you ever get a chance, there's a white wine, Clos de Bois Chardonnay. Now it's a very inexpensive Chardonnay that you can find in good grocery store, like a Kroger or a Publix, somewhere like that, and it's going to run you somewhere in the average of around $10 to $15. But it's for many years it's been sold at a lot of different restaurants, that kind of thing. Hold on, I understand, I agree, but hold on, this one is a very dry Chardonnay, and it picks up very well a very nice oaky barrel flavor. I don't like white wines. Understand that I agree with you when you say those things, and I don't think your caps were big enough. But I am going to say that this one Chardonnay I would recommend to anybody that is of the same mindset. Um, Now that doesn't mean I'm always going to be right, but this one's good, and just slightly chilled, not that cold as hell stuff, just slightly chilled. Um, but you don't like wine very much at all, do you, John?
No. I did go through a wine phase when I was probably like 23 or something like that, trying to be fancy, but I got over that pretty quick.
Um, yeah, it's kind of it's interesting to me that when you have people like you pretend, as it were, or present that you have some kind of palate for whiskey, for scotch, this kind of stuff.
Mostly
Um,
whiskey, yeah.
um,
But not really. I don't think I have a palate for it.
really? I mean, can you tell the difference between an aged and a non-aged? And like, if you were to do any kind of blind tasting, could you tell these kind of things from drinking it, or do you usually stick to?
Yeah, no, I usually just stick to either Slane or Jameson. That's pretty much it. Or was it Chivas? Something like a Chivas?
Chivas Regal.
Yeah, yeah,
Chivas
yeah.
Regal.
Yeah, my dad had a bottle of a 12-year-old Chivas. It was fucking phenomenal. It was delicious. I loved every second of it.
Do you like Crown?
What, Crown Royal?
Yeah. What
It's not
other
bad.
Crown is there, John?
I don't know.
I mean, I should be
It's
able to
not
say
bad.
Crown, and that's pretty
Yeah, that's fair
self-explanatory.
enough. It's not bad. I mean, I don't mind it. I also like Di Serono. Di Serono is good.
Amaretta di Serrano. Now that is
Yeah,
now
any
it.
amaretto, but Di Serono specifically, yeah.
No, no, no. I cannot agree with any amaretto because I can tell you there's some crap amarettos out there, some really
Oh, well,
shitty
I'm
ones.
sure, yeah, I'm sure.
If you're gonna do amaretto right, Di Serrano is the only way
Yeah.
to go, in my opinion. And now, above all those other alcohols that I will drink, that would always be my default. That
Yeah, I remember
it,
that one time you bought yourself a bottle of Di Serono that you left over here, and me and Killian drank it all
yeah,
right
it,
after you left. Yeah.
assholes. Um, but yeah, now that is a great sipper. That one, that's the other one that besides wine that I can let myself get carried away with.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just
Um,
tastes like candy. That's all it is.
yeah.
It's really good with orange juice too. It's called the bocce ball.
You know what it's really great with? A Macanuda.
Yeah, don't know what that is.
The cigar.
Oh yeah, see, I'm not a cigar guy. I don't know.
Just a little dip in in amaretto. That cigar is phenomenal. A
Mm.
Cohiba as well. Cohiba tastes fantastic with a little amaretto dip. Um, yeah, a lot of people like cognac with their cigars, but no, give me that amaretto. It makes it can make some tobacco sing, as it were. Um, but you're not a big cigar fan either, right? You don't. Do you?
No.
Is it just from lack of ever really being exposed to them, or you don't
Yeah,
like them?
mainly.
Like them?
No, I mean I don't have a problem with them. I've had a couple. It's the issue is first of all not inhaling is an issue for me.
Really?
I don't know how to not inhale.
Well, you inhale a little. You can inhale a little. That's you
Yeah.
can leak a little back in. That's fine. And that's where you find your comfortable middle ground is that where you're like not doing that because I know what you're talking about. It's hard to train
Hmm.
yourself to it um, in the very first. But if you think about it, a little bit, everybody winds up letting a little bit go in. So find your balance. Just don't hack yourself to death.
Yeah.
That's where you fuck up.
But see, I mean, I smoked cigarettes for, about a decade on and off. I obviously smoked some other illicit substances, all of which you need to inhale. Right. So I've been doing that for a long time, and then you say, okay, now smoke this without inhaling it.
Well,
You know what I mean? That's going to be an issue.
now, Ed, let me ask you: do you do full inhales on your cigar? And by full inhale, I mean as I would a cigarette. I mean that's a hard pill to swallow from my standpoint because it's got to be a madcap, really good cigar to be able to inhale the whole fucking thing. Now, unless you're talking about something like a Swisher Sweet, and then you just
Yeah.
I'm not going to hit like on your stuff anymore.
I mean,
Uh,
I used to smoke the Swisher Sweets when I didn't have money for cigarettes because they were like a dollar something. They were,
yeah,
for like a 4 pack, and that would last, a day and a half, something like that. So
yeah.
it just sucked. I didn't like it. But
Now, when I smoke cigars, man, at best I get like maybe a 2-3% trickle of smoke that I'm inhaling, that I let,
mm,
let myself inhale, just so I can satisfy that necessity that I feel to inhale. It's a weird thing, but I know what you're talking about, John. I do. I can appreciate that.
yeah,
The nicotine buzz, yes sir,
yeah,
Seawall. That if you inhale a fucking cigar, yeah, you get your pop rocked. What time is
yeah.
it, John? John.
9:53. We're almost
All right,
done.
let's talk about our friends for a second. So first up is Stephen Ignoramus. He's a friend of yours. I don't know if I've met him. You keep telling me I've met him at some point.
No, he goes to a different school. You
He
probably
does.
haven't met
You're
him.
right. That's the guy that goes to
You
a
wouldn't
different
know him.
school. So he's got something coming up. Let's plug his ass real quick. Um,
Yeah, Stephen Ignoramus starting at 4:30 a.m.
the next 4:30 a.m. that we run into is that correct?
Yes, the current one, the one that's coming up next. So that'll be awesome. So he's going from 4:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. You can expect to see us on there. You can expect to see probably Wyatt on there. I don't know who else is going to be there. But yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Go check him out, especially if he falls asleep. In fact, that's what we should do. What we should do, guys, is when he's doing music, we need to request like lullabies and stuff to kind of get him tired, and maybe some slow jams and things like that. Things that'll kind of put him at ease.
We need to find a way to hack his OBS so if he does fall asleep, we can draw a dick on his forehead.
Yeah, I don't think we can do that. I don't have any elite hacking skills.
I'm. It, I think Ed might know what to do.
I wonder if the hacker known as 4chan will be busy tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe we can ask him to do it.
All right, and there's another guy. He showed up. I don't know. He's new. I don't know how often. He may
Yes,
have been in the
Ed.
chat before, right? He's been here before.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
We're familiar with
Nice.
him.
Yeah, stick with the bit that you're doing. But Yeah, Ed's gonna be doing one on April 30th, which is another 4:30, but not the same 4:30 that Steven's doing his.
Oh, now I'm confused.
Yeah, so Ed will be doing that, and we'll be there for that as well. Um, Not sure what's going on when we're on there, but I'm sure it'll be fun. Ed's kind of a fun guy sometimes. Maybe we'll have some drinks with him and talk classy stuff.
Did you get an
So
official invitation from him?
yes, we both did.
We both did.
Yeah, last time he was on the show.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
I want to make sure that
Monday.
that's the one. I've been watching the mail, is why I'm saying. I didn't know if I was supposed to expect something sent in the mail, something with the
Yeah,
RISVIP,
you'll get a
or
save the date soon.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. It may
Yeah.
still be a little early. I don't know how far out in advance he's really getting the stuff. Have you picked out flowers yet, Ed? He may not even be around. He may have left
It's
us.
a
He's oh,
double
that's right.
plugging from John.
He's playing games too at the same time. He's playing some star ass or
Yeah.
something.
So Midget B says Robert wants to plug Steven's ass or wants to watch John plug it, and it's a double plugging from John DP. That's right, Midget B. You better watch yourself though, otherwise I'm gonna come and plug your ass. We'll
Whoa,
see
whoa,
what
whoa, whoa,
happens.
whoa, whoa! There's
That's right.
entirely too much of this.
Might be a triple plugging, brah. Now what?
You guys are
But
gonna
yeah.
you guys are gonna force me to have to change the the signs on the bathrooms, aren't you?
No sign's gonna stop me. I can't read anyway.
All right, so outside of that, we've got a show coming up on Friday. It'll be the first show of the new year, John. That'll be Friday, the 3rd of January.
Yeah.
That'll be a new year, 2020, an exciting year coming up. Oh my God, there's going to just be so much going on this coming year. I mean, it's weird. It's like I can bet you there's so many things that are just in the wings waiting to happen as soon as the new year flips over. Right?
Oh,
It's those 4D chess moves are planned out ahead and they're ready to go
yeah.
from
Ready to be
all
rolled out.
sides. Right, from all
Yep.
sides. But anyway, so we'll be back on Friday. We'll be starting some New Year talk, talking smack. Who knows what else we'll be doing? Besides, we'll also be back on Monday, the next Monday for the shooting the what is it? Shooting the shit episode that we do. Um, and outside of that, John's going to get us a whole bunch of guests coming up. Watch this. Watch him. The challenge is out there.
It's gonna happen.
The challenge
Yeah.
is out there. Um,
Right.
But anyway, so look for folks all around, scattered around. Find us places, John. They can find us somewhere down there in that place.
Yes.
Those places.
Everything is down in the description. Find our Twitter at the Gym Gap P down there. Find a link to our Discord server, which I mean, if you're not on a Discord server at this point, fuck's wrong with you. Um, we've got a link to Freedom Scoop right down there, where you can go and see
Mm.
the people that we just mentioned, like Stephen Ignoramus and Jay Edgar. Their stuff's over there. Also, the merch store is there with our shirts, featuring our shirts, and some fancy coffee mugs and whatnot. So make sure you get yourself one of those. They're pretty sweet.
They
And
they
yeah,
are.
the links down there.
Well,
Also,
it will
the
be.
promo code is down there to get 15% off. So you have really no excuse to do it. No excuse not to do it.
And before anybody says it, John, I am plugging it into the current stream since it was in the original stream, which you know.
Ah, gotcha.
So it is getting plugged in there. So
It is
you know,
there.
but most of the people that know us, well, they know. You know, they know,
They
John.
already know.
They're
They already
in
know.
the know, as it were. So we're gonna
They
get the
are.
hell out of here, John. You go get yourself a little beauty sleep. In fact, do us all a
You did.
favor. Get a lot of beauty sleep.
I'm
That'll
gonna get
make us
quite a
all
bit.
happy. All right,
A couple years worth, probably.
we're gonna piece the hell out of here, John. Have yourself a good night.
Yep.
We'll talk to you soon.
Yep. See you guys.
Peace.
Make sure and go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button. Tell your friends, tell your family. Blast it on Twitter. Throw it on Instagram. Send it in an email to your grandma and mail it to your congressman. Make sure everybody hears about it. Let's get part of the discussion going with all of you out there just as well as we're having the conversation here. We're going to keep talking. We'll see you next time.